beauty of editing. So you were talking about Jim and his personality and what he was demanding.
It did, demanding. It was, well, not really demanding, just stern.
Okay.
Yeah. And he wanted to make sure you were doing the right job when he walked through that shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give us an example of his sternness or his...
let me think of something. He would just say, what are you making over there? And I'd say that. He goes, well, why did you do this? He'd question you on something, and you'd have to real fast try to make an excuse why you did it that way.
Right.
Then he'd say, well, why didn't you do it this way? And he'd say, oh, I didn't realize I could do it that way, or
right.
something like that.
Okay.
But he was a little intimidating. But after the years went by, I got to know him a little bit better, and our relationship got better, basically, just by knowing him and being here so long.
Right. So obviously your work has got, a lot of elements to it. Do you consider what you do to be an art in a way?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
How so?
It just looks good, and it's decorative a lot of times.
Okay.
And a lot of people compliment on it.
Okay.
So just those things right there kind of tell me it's an art.
Right. But I mean, you consider yourself an artist?
Not now. I've been doing it so long that it's like riding a bike. You do anything so long, you're going to get bound to get good at it.
Okay.
If you show effort and try.
Right.
And I was very fortunate to have guys from the Korean War and stuff teach me. These old journeyman guys that taught me all their tricks. Because I ask a lot of questions as an apprentice. Okay. That's how you gain knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
So take us through those early days of being an apprentice and what, like you mentioned, some of these. So what's the significance of these guys having been in the Korean War? In other words, they had experience with this?
Well, one guy fixed cannons, for example, in the Korean War,
Okay.
And then the one welder, he got blown up, and he didn't even know that he was still in Korea. He woke up in the States because his face got all messed up.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay. And so you're apprenticing with these guys.
Yeah, and they tell old stories about old times and stuff.
Okay. So, but what was that like in terms of just learning from them?
It was awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made it awesome?
Just the old tricks that they had and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just little tricks and stuff that help make the job easier.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you started in '88, and obviously we had the big earthquake in '89.
Yeah.
So what are your memories of that day and the next day?
Yeah, it was very traumatic. My mom was an RN, so she had to go to the hospital, and she was at the hospital for days.
Okay.
My dad worked over the hill, so he couldn't go to work for almost a week. Because Summit Road was closed down, all of 17 was closed, and you couldn't even get over the hill.
Right. And so what was the next day at work like?
Oh boy. We had to go to each hospital, and each hospital, all their flex connectors ripped. And that's like an isolator in between the unit that forces all the heating and air conditioning into the hospital and the ductwork, so it makes the ductwork rigid still, and the flex connector shakes with the unit as the motor runs, and all those ripped. So we had to go to Watsonville Hospital and replace all those, and in the rain, to get the hospital up and running again.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
And then UCSC, same thing, and the colleges. And,
yeah. What was it like when did you come to that was when you were still downtown, right?
Yeah, we're still at the old shop.
So you get to the shop that morning, and
there's cracks in the walls, and
was it chaos in terms of everyone saying you got to go here, you got?
Oh yeah, total chaos.
Okay.
Yeah, because chimneys were falling down everywhere, and
right.
It made a lot of work for the company.
Right.
We were definitely busy for the next 3 or 4 years.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah. How long did that earthquake,
probably 3 or 4 years,
pay off?
Yeah, 3 or 4 years at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just repairing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So, based off of that, now when you go around the county and you see all the work you've done, what kind of feelings does that bring for you, or what? Oh,
it's cool because I'll be driving and I'll be telling guys, I made that over there, or I made this over here, and it's just cool that I made stuff that people could look at.
Right. So there's obviously a feeling of pride and satisfaction.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about specifically working here? You apprenticed here and then went straight from apprenticeship to working?
Yep.
So you haven't worked anywhere else in this?
I actually as an apprentice, I got lent out to Sawyer and McCarty for a month or so.
Okay. But other than
that, no.
You've been
I traded with another apprentice, so I got a little residential experience and he got a little commercial for a couple of months.
Okay.
But other than that, I've been here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, what's it mean to have George H. Wilson behind your name in terms of when you go out in the community and people meet you and you're like, hey, I'm from what kind of weight does that name carry?
Oh, George Wilson is very well respected throughout the community because we do most of the work at all the hospitals, the schools, all the fine restaurants,
Okay.
and we're very well respected by most of the community.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't even have to advertise much. We
Wow.
get a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And did you know that about the company when you first started?
I didn't
or
even
what?
know that they existed.
Okay.
Yeah, I drove down to Santa Cruz. I'm like, oh wow, there's a shop. Never knew the shop was here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you went to Aptos High, I
Uh-huh.
know. So you didn't know that they existed? And
Not really. I mean, I might have seen the trucks around, but two of my dad's brothers were sheet metal workers,
Okay.
and one of them worked at Ed Bogner in Watsonville. So I was a shop boy doing the ROP in high school.
Okay, so you do have an ROP connection.
Yeah, doing sheet metal
Okay.
in Watsonville. Yeah.
Okay, so
And my own,
Watsonville, was that through Watsonville High? Or
No,
was it
through Aptos High.
Aptos High had
Yeah.
a sheet metal class?
No,
or-
I would go to Ed Bogner and be a shop boy
Okay.
and help them out.
Okay, and then you just got credit.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was an off-site.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the year before, I took welding at Cabrillo because when I was in 8th grade, I knew I wanted to be a sheet metal worker, kind
Wow.
of thing. Yeah.
8th grade.
Yeah, unless I got huge and could play pro football.
Okay, so 8th grade you knew him. Was that just because
Well, my uncle took
your
me to
uncles?
yeah, and then one of my uncles took me to his shop, and I just went, wow, and it was fascinating. And they made good money. They all owned their own house, and their
Right.
wives didn't work, and I'm like, this is good living too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, right.
It looks
Yeah,
fun.
There's a little money involved.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be sitting at a desk all day, you know.
Right. So when you hear the word when you hear George H. Wilson, what do you think of? What comes to mind?
Jeez. Home kind of now.
Okay.
After all this time,
Okay.
that place to work that I've worked at my whole life almost, you know, and it'll be in my heart forever.
Right.
Yeah, it's very special, and the people here are great.
Okay.
Tommy especially, yeah.
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 So Tom would be considered your boss essentially now.
Owner slash boss, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So when it's like he's the one saying, "Hey."
Yeah, well, I have
this
a
and
superintendent that's up front that I kind of he's my boss, and
Okay.
then the shop foreman is up there.
Okay.
But I could have had that job, and I'd rather be working.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's Tom like to work for?
Oh, he's great. He always says hi and how are you doing, and asks you about your family. Just very kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's something I'm sure
Yeah.
he got from Jim and.
Yeah. Well, his brother Blue's more like Jim, more stern and
Yeah.
So they're kind of opposites in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But once you get to know Blue, he's a nice guy too.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Are there any particular projects that you've done over the years that have a special sort of memory or significance in terms of either maybe how difficult it was or like a real challenge that you hadn't met before?
There has been, but it's been so long now, and now things come pretty easy that I don't know.
Okay.
And I've made so many nice things that not one could actually be the best.
Right,
you know,
right, right.
Everything I made, I know there's a flaw in each one.
A flaw in each one?
Yeah, there's nothing I made has been perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
is
can
that
find a
just
flaw
the
in-
nature of the,
Kind of, yeah.
or you're just especially hard on yourself?
I might be a little hard on myself too, but
Okay.
yeah, but I could always find something wrong with what I did, or yeah.
Okay. So
Nothing major that people could see usually, but I noticed
but
it.
you know.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So, but nothing in particular that was really
Not really, 'cause
challenging,
'cause
like was really hard to.
When I first started, yeah, but I can't really remember now. It's been so long,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
And that's all. I get all the challenging things now anyway. So.
Right. So how many things you think you've done over the years
Oh,
in terms
okay.
of like how many projects do you do in a week or a month or a year?
Thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah.
How many?
I mean, in a week, our time card had like they used to have like 10 slots for each job that you do, and at the end of the week, I went through like 3 or 4. 4 was the most time cards I went through, so that's 40 jobs in a week.
Wow.
Different jobs.
Wow.
Some weeks, some weeks I only had 2 time cards, and
So a time card per job, essentially. Is
well,
that-
yeah, there's 10 jobs per time card.
Okay.
So when you fill out a time card, that's 10 jobs that you completed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have to bill out each job up in the office
Right.
separately. Yeah.
Okay. So 10 jobs a card.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times they're just shear jobs, which I only charge a quarter hour.
Okay.
If someone just wants a flat piece of metal, for example. You know?
Right.
But, yeah.
Okay. What's the longest you spent on
Oh,
the
geez.
project?
25, 30 hours, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Which is...
Well, Wrigley building used to be there, and they used to make these big hoppers and stuff.
Okay.
So we used to have Saul's Cannery over here too.
Right.
They used to give us a lot of work.
Okay. Like
and then Lipton tea.
Okay.
Just all their conveyor lines and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, this is their machines, their hoppers. They crack, and we go out and do welding repairs and all kinds of stuff. And the heating and air conditioning in their buildings also. You know, we up to day and stuff like that.
Right. So you're repairing on site.
Right.
Okay.
We were their main guys.
Okay.
So yeah, when they all left.
Okay.
Kind of hurt the company a little bit.
So name drop for us. So you got Saul's, you got Lipton. What are the
Wrigley's?
Other?
Wrigley's was another bread and butter, yeah.
Okay.
And the university's always been up there for us.
Okay.
UCSC.
Yeah.
Cabrillo College is pretty solid too.
Okay.
Yep. All the hospitals.
Right.
Chomp especially.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
That was Jim's baby.
That was Jim's baby.
Chomp, yeah.
Okay. Just why was that? Was it?
He just was always running the head guy over there to get all the jobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He must have knew the main guy over there or something. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What are you most proud of?
The work that I do.
Okay.
Definitely, and the pride of work I had, the pride I have in my work.
Okay.
And I try to teach everyone in here too. You know, and to see some of the apprentices come along and do well, that makes me proud too, because you know I kind of helped them along.
Right.
Kind of thing.
So it's almost like you're paying it forward.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm trying to
learning from those guys in the
right,
war,
so
and you're passing on their secrets to the next.
That's
bunch.
the thing about unions. You know, you got to keep it strong and.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got to pass on your knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And tell us, educate those who may watch this and don't know what the union stuff. What is it? What does it provide that maybe a non-union doesn't? And what is it? What is it meant to you?
Well, my uncle, after he was a sheet metal worker, he became a business representative, and that's representative of all the workers. And so he taught me a lot there. But the main thing about union instead of non-union is you're at a set wage, and the boss can't say, "Hey, I'm docking your wage from $15 an hour to $14." You're set at that wage. You can never get paid less. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, you have great health care benefits.
Okay.
Go to dentist, you know, hospital, anywhere, any doctor that you want. You get two. You can go to any hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And retirement. I'll be able to retire in 5 years here.
Okay.
And, you know, make a good living.
Okay.
Making just as much money as I am when I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that all.
So those are the three main bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And I have three different retirement plans that I pay into.
Wow.
So.
And that's an option that you have? When
no, it's just, yeah, there's a NorCal pension, a supplemental pension, and a international pension.
Okay.
So those are the three.
And that's just
And then we even have a 401k. The 401k is optional.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the other
three that comes right out of your the total package. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And did you know that prior to?
Yeah, my uncles told me.
Your uncles kind of educated you on that.
Yeah.
In terms of how important it is too, right? Because a lot of jobs, you know, post World War II, and then once it started, the economy started to grow. It was like unions were very strong.
They were after World War II, yeah.
Right, and then it kind of now it's gone down. So that's obviously still an important part of this culture or this company in terms of its union, and it's got a reason for that, and it's got a meaning for you guys.
Definitely.
Because it draws you, right? I mean, that's something that people are attracted to.
Right.
Okay. Any funny or crazy stories work around the shop, maybe with Carlos or some of the other?
Yeah, it's mostly all his stuff.
Okay. What anything in particular you could share?
This one guy named Steve Honeywell, he was retired.
Okay.
He came in the shop, and he just had a stroke.
Okay.
And he sat down and we're like, "Oh, Steve, are you okay? You know, how's everything going on?" It was at lunch. I mean, just me and Carlos were sitting there on the bench. And he goes, "I'm doing all right," and all this stuff. He goes, "I'm having trouble with my math, though." Carlos goes, "You have change for 100?"
That's good. Okay. So
Tom Wilson told everyone the same thing at the safety meeting.
Right.
So the whole company got a laugh out of it.
That's good. So in terms of working here, in terms of the relationships you build, Talk a little bit about that. In terms of what it's like to be.
Yeah, it's been really hard because I probably lost at least 20 or more workers that have worked with me throughout the years.
Okay.
So that's a sad part actually. You lose a lot of people when you're at a company for so long.
Right. And from work related stuff or just
just from old age too. They retire and
Yeah.
No one's died here at work.
Right. Yeah, nothing tragic.
But
like that.
some guys get cancer and just everything in life.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
That's probably the hardest part.
Okay. But in terms of
and meeting everyone, it's good too.
Yeah.
Of course, you get it's like a family almost after a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many employees do you? I mean, I know the number, but in terms of you work with directly or you interact with pretty regularly.
Probably around 10 to 15.
Okay.
Depending on the workload.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And those relationships, I'm sure, are special.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people come and go too.
Okay.
They'll get another job somewhere or better offer.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Any particular relationships that you've had that have been particularly special or stand out for you?
Just with Carlos, pretty much, yeah.
How long have you two known
like
each other?
24 years.
24 years.
So about that, yeah.
Okay. And you worked together or?
Yeah, we worked in here together the whole time pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure you guys have some good stories to tell.
Yeah, we've had our arguments and ups and downs, but we've mostly gotten along. Yeah, it's mostly been good.
Arguments about?
Tables and tools and just stupid stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah, probably just working together for so long.
Right. Okay.
break up the monotony too, kind of thing.
There you go.
Yeah. He likes to give people a hard time.
Yeah.
I'll do another example. He put a few stickers on my car.
Okay. Stickers.
Yeah. One said, "I am so gay I can't even drive straight," and I'm driving around.
You didn't know about it?
No. He's following me home.
Oh my goodness.
And then this other one he
taking
put
pictures of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I heart the Texas Rangers when the Giants were playing them in the first game in the World Series.
Right.
Big old cardboard sign. So yeah, he's a prankster.
Okay, that's good.
He's good.
What was it like just reflecting on the city? Because you're obviously, were you born in?
I was born in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
Yeah, but my parents moved here when I was like 3.
Okay.
We moved to Santa Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you live in Aptos or in Santa Cruz?
We lived in Santa Cruz.
Okay.
And then we went to Oregon when I was 4 for 6 months, and my mom couldn't handle it. So we moved back to San Jose and rented a house out. And then my dad found a house. The house we live in, my parents live in still in Aptos.
Okay.
In 74.
74.
Yeah. So I was 4 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been here essentially since 74.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your memories of Santa Cruz in terms of just the town and then as it's evolved over these years?
The people and the traffic mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. Just more and more every year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The traffic gets worse every year and more people. And of course there's more buildings that come up and,
Right.
Because in 74 it was a lot more vacant land, open land, basically,
Mm-hmm. And are you commuting from Aptos or are you?
I live in Cortalitas now. I bought a house in Cortalitas about 26 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're in that commute every day?
Yeah, every day. I go by Aptos
It's not a reverse commute.
down Freedom Boulevard every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it gets busy, as we all in here know.
We start at 6 here, so it's not bad in the mornings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
We kind of beat the traffic on the way home.
Okay. Good.
Try to.
Yeah. Especially out to Corralitos. Anything else you'd like to add or you'd want people to know about the company or, someone watching this you want to make sure they know?
Just that George Wilson will give you the best product possible that they possibly can, and they'll warranty everything too. If they screw up on anything, they'll come out and fix it for you.
Mm-hmm.
No questions asked. And a lot of companies don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah. We're very reputable here.
Okay.
And I'm proud to work here.
Okay. And then I guess I passed this over, but again, so when you started in 88, when you look back on it from 88, you've got the earthquake in 89, which brings you through. Do you remember the years when maybe it wasn't as busy and what that was like?
Yeah, after the earthquake, it got pretty slow for a while. Well, not after, but right in the late 80s.
Right.
Yeah, there was a slow period.
Okay.
But,
and what was that like in terms of?
well, I was an apprentice still, so instead of doing sheet metal work, I was racking metal and sweeping floors.
Okay.
Yeah, and going home a lot.
Okay.
This is what, yeah.
Yeah.
So when work gets slow, so you got to save your money being in construction.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we don't get paid if we're not here working. We pay into a vacation fund.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of like our sick pay too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But since that time, have there been lulls?
There's been lulls.
Okay.
I can't remember the exact dates, but
Okay.
yeah, it's always been a roller coaster though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's that roller coaster like to ride in terms of?
Like I said, you just got to make sure you have a good savings account. You know, little bank some money in
Right.
case there is slow times,
Okay.
and then you could stay pretty comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in terms of like just coming into work and we don't
Well,
have anything again in terms of the
Right.
stress or the
Yeah,
environment.
the days will start dragging when there's no work. They go by slow. Like when you're busy, the days go by a lot faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But in terms of like the work and like, was there a stress that everyone
Yeah,
kind of shared?
people get
like,
stressed because they're afraid they're going to get laid off, possibly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cut down the crew to a
Right.
smaller size so guys will get work.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'll spread the work out farther.
Right.
So a lot of people do get nervous when it gets slow. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm fortunate enough to where I only got laid off one time, and it was just for a short period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are looking at over your shoulder your latest project. So tell us a little bit about what we're seeing behind you here.
That's a copper chase top
Okay.
with a surrounder on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it took me 7 hours to build.
7 hours.
7 hours total. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I soldered the round part. You can't really see that underneath there, but yeah, it's 4 separate panels on the cover.
Okay.
Yeah, and it comes off the thing with the legs right now, so they could bring each one up on the roof separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's for a.
It's for a chimney.
Chimney.
Top of a chimney, right?
Okay. And the copper.
It's because it's next to the ocean, and it will last.
Okay.
Yeah, the house is next. Yeah.
It's for the salt
Right.
air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a galvanized one, you'd have to go up there and paint it probably every 2 years probably to keep it from rusting.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about this?
That'll probably last 35, 40 years, easy.
Without
touching
to
it.
do anything.
Yeah.
Wow. In terms of working with copper, is it any different?
Yeah,
Harder, easier?
It dents a lot easier, so you got to be extra careful with it.
Okay.
But it solders great, and it's real soft, so it's easy to cut.
Okay.
Like stainless is the hardest thing to cut. It tears up your snips. But
Okay.
copper cuts like butter.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's real easy to solder too.
Okay.
Where galvanized and stainless are a little more difficult to solder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are those basically the three you work with? Galvanized,
and aluminum,
stainless, and copper?
And aluminum too.
Aluminum?
Yep.
And how's that to work with?
It's different. You can't spot weld it, so we usually have to just pop rivet that, and yeah,
Okay.
you get used to it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
After
right.
a while, yeah.
And so I'm assuming it's a different material for different jobs.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So what do you use the different materials for each
Well,
type? Like.
Galvanized is usually mostly for the ductwork.
Okay.
Well, and architectural work on houses and stuff.
Okay.
You know, and stainless could be the same thing, but stainless we use in kitchens and restaurants also.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
And in houses too. Houses will have stainless countertops, and
Okay.
yeah, I mean, pretty much every metal can be used in any application.
Right.
It just matters what the person wants and how much
Right.
money they have.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, but
So what's the most expensive to work to for someone who has a lot of money?
copper's the most expensive probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then stainless and aluminum are kind of comparable, but steel and galvanized are the cheapest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that stuff that you get brought in, or how does that work?
Yeah, everything's shipped in.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
From everywhere in California, they try to find the best price they can get it at usually.
Yeah. And is there different levels of quality when it comes to that? Like, hey, I don't get copper from this guy because it's
all the copper's
cheap
all
or
pretty
whatever.
good.
It's all
Yeah, it's all pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the artillery, yeah. Some of the galvanized stuff we get is some of the stuff's kind of shady. But
Okay. Okay.
it's like don't get this stuff anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What's the sort of the most expensive or fancy job you've had to do where it's like some multi-millionaire said, "Oh, I want to
Oh.
whatever copper everywhere.
There's this house next to the Lone Cypress in Pebble Beach, and we had to do all these 3/8 stainless steel chase tops. So like that top I made on the bottom, they're all out of 3/8 stainless. And I was out there, Carlos was welding them, and yeah, big old crane brought them up to the roof, and we made a top for all of them too. So I mean, they had a lot of money. Then we put a big old hood inside their kitchen. So yeah, that was probably one of the more expensive jobs that we did.
So when we're talking expensive, what are we talking?
Can't even, millions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long did that take?
A year or so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And this, what we're looking at behind you, took you how long?
7 hours.
7 hours.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
Yep.
So now that's ready to go. You were saying each individual
Yeah.
piece gets brought up separately?
Yep. 2 guys will set up their ladders and carry it up to the roof.
Okay.
Yep. So it's a two-man job there.
Okay. And that's not part of your
No,
job?
I'll stay in here and make the next thing.
Yeah. Okay. So now you'll get to cruise Westcliff and see that at some point.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay.
I make so much stuff now that it's like, I mean, on to the next one.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Anything I didn't cover that you want to share with us? Or you talked about Jim. You talked about Tom. You talked about Grandpa. Yeah. That's everything I've got. So.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
We'll get the mic done. We'll turn this off and